have footage still the time we went out and Bigfoot hunted? You remember that night?
I do remember that night.
That was probably the scariest night I've
That
ever.
was kind of weird. I remember
I have nightmares of that night.
I still. So like we hopped on a log or something,
Nothing
right?
of that night makes sense.
We found a bunch of money on the ground.
Yeah.
What was that?
In the middle of the woods, guys. We're not talking like by the road goofing off. We're talking like deep
Let's start from the top.
in
here.
the forest.
So we were. I mean, like not deep in the forest. We weren't like
Okay, maybe not
miles in. We were.
Nobody should have been there with money.
Yeah, no, that was kind of. It was a really weird place to have
Mhm.
a large amount of money. It wasn't a large amount. It was like $8, but it was all ones.
Yeah, that's very odd.
What were we talking about? the
Bigfoot wood store. We have
Yeah.
a lot of crazy stories around
Well,
here.
we kind of started. All right, so we started walking down the stream pretty much. That's kind of how we went. We just kept following along, and then I guess we found the money before we ran away, right?
I remember. Are you going by the part we were by the creek and we heard something? We just booked it.
Yeah.
I remember that being a separate night.
Was that different?
I thought that was the day before, and that night we went out.
You might be right.
Because I remember finding the money at night, and we
found the money at night.
We rewatched the footage, and we had the night vision on.
Do we have night vision?
I think we did. I think we just had a GoPro.
I
don't know.
A
We
GoPro
gotta
with a
find
flashlight or
See
something.
if you can find that footage, that'd be great.
Yeah, well.
But I think the creek story was during the day, and that night we went out.
All right, well, during the day, I guess, we were just kind of wandering along the creek, and we heard a noise that was very distinct and not like anything that makes noise around here.
No.
And then there was like silent after that,
Yeah.
and we were just like, "What was that?" And
Yeah.
we were just looking at each other like, "I don't know."
That was weird.
Well, what I thought initially was like, I stepped on a log and it like creaked down or something.
Yeah.
I thought that, but then you were like, that was not that.
No, because I remember us hearing it, and I remember you being in front of me because we were hopping on rocks left and right to not get wet. I remember you being in front of me, and we heard the noise in the bushes like on our right. And that's when we looked at each other, and didn't like the bush move or something? I remember the bush just like,
It might have been windy. I have no idea.
I just know that noise was close.
Something was spooky.
My first thought was like a horse. But
Yeah, that would have been a funny place for a horse to be.
but would an odd
There's
place
no
for
way
a
a horse could have
yeah.
been there because there was fences all around that. That
But
was a
I
weird.
remember that.
I have no idea what happened with that because, I mean, you'd think I wouldn't remember that. I don't. Most of my memories don't go back that far.
Yeah.
So like, there's a reason I remembered that. But anyway, that night we went back out in the same general area, and we were just searching up on the side near the creek, pretty
Mhm.
much. And then there was just a bunch of money on the ground. And we're like, what is going on? What is this money? And we were just kind of like sifting around, finding dollars.
Yeah.
Did we find any coins? I feel like we might have found a coin.
We
or two.
probably found a coin, but it was just like a bunch of ones,
Yeah,
which
it
was very weird.
it was only $1 bills, I think.
Yeah.
That's such a. I have no idea how that could happen.
And it wasn't like they were spread out, but like spread out as if like they were dropped in clumps and the wind just kind of pushed it. They weren't like crazy far, were they?
They were, no, I mean like we found. It's not like we spent. It's not like we found them at separate occasions. We found all of them in
Yeah.
one little area.
Yeah. That was weird. And then this is a different time, but remember we went out and we found a tent in your woods?
Oh my God, that
that was bad.
I don't remember finding it. I remember.
feel-
Did I show it to you, or did,
No,
or
we
did we
came-
find it at the same time?
We it was you, me. I think it was just you and me. Maybe Charlie was there. I remember coming across it
Mm-hmm.
because that's when we went in and found the baton
Yeah,
and a knife.
that was the coolest thing for me
Yeah.
as a kid. I was like, no way.
Looking back now, we should have went back and told your parents, but we investigated.
Was the tent up, or was
the tent wasn't up?
I feel like it was like half up.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
remember
it was,
it
like,
not being up.
Pretty
I
much broken down.
do remember like fishing around inside.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah,
That was crazy. We
That
found
was
this
weird.
tent on the ground, wandering through the woods near our house, and inside was like a police baton for
yeah.
breaking stuff, A knife. I can go find the knife. I can go get it right
You
now.
can go get the knife?
I can go get the knife right
Go
now.
find the knife. Go find the
I
knife.
know exactly where it is. It's hanging up in my room.
He's got the knife for proof of the story. I don't know what to talk about now, so I'm just going to look at Birdie. Hey, Birdie. You found it?
Yes, sir.
Found the knife. Just the knife.
I don't know. We lost the baton a couple years ago.
That's okay. But here's the knife. The
Very knife
thing.
we found in the wilderness a while back. When I say a while back, I mean literally like
Wild.
almost a decade ago.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the camera here. There it is.
That's the knife.
It's got scratches all over it. I don't know. It used to have a button, I think.
That's a big. That's hefty.
It's quite a nice knife.
I just don't understand why.
I don't know why, if you were in the woods, why you would leave.
A knife and a baton
Yeah.
behind. Like,
There was something else in there.
didn't you like eventually take your dad back there?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like we should have definitely taken
I don't think anyone really cared about it.
an
too
adult.
Much. You put it in backwards.
What?
I'm stupid. Hold on.
But I feel like we should have like definitely. I don't know. It was just very weird. Middle of the woods, a baton, knife, and a tent.
Birdie, what are you doing right now? Are you kidding me?
I would like tap her, but she's gonna bite me.
You can rely on your old man's money.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.